Welcome to WFG Launch, the training and onboarding portal for WFG unlicensed associates. In this video, you will learn how to access and navigate Launch. Launch is your single point of entry into the onboarding and licensing process for becoming a WFG agent. Launch provides resources in 3 key areas essential to your success in becoming an agent. First, Launch gives you access to the pre-licensing education provider that will help you prepare for and pass your provincial licensing exams. Second, Launch gives you access to training content on the WFG business model, providing you with greater clarity and insight into what distinguishes WFG from the rest of the industry. Third, Launch provides you with resources for building and managing a team, so you can hit the ground running once you've obtained your ANS and/or Life license. Before we look at the Launch site, let's review the WFG onboarding process. You've already completed steps 1 through 4 of the process, which included signing the associate acknowledgement, clearing a light background check, and accessing the Launch site. The Launch site will now guide you through completing steps 5, 6, and 7, which include obtaining your ANS and/or Life license, building your team, completing your contracting application, and submitting your agent agreement. Submitting the agreement will be the last thing you do in Launch. After you've obtained your license and submitted the agent agreement, your SMD will need to approve it. Upon approval of the agreement, you will receive access to the My WFG site and will no longer access Launch. My WFG is the agent website which gives you access to the full suite of WFG tools and technologies. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Launch site. When you first log into Launch, you will be viewing the Launch dashboard. At the top of the page, you will see a counter that displays a number of months and days. This counter shows you the time remaining to obtain your license and complete and submit your agent agreement. You have a total of 9 months from the time you receive access to Launch to complete the process. On the right side of the page, the Launch checklist lets you easily monitor your progress. The checklist shows you which steps in the licensing process are done, as indicated by a check mark, and which still need to be completed. Your recruiter also has access to this checklist, so they will know where you are in the licensing process and can assist you as needed. If you click the 3 lines in the top left-hand corner of the page, you can access the navigation menu, which lets you drill into specific areas of the site. The tiles in the center of the dashboard also allow you to navigate to the same areas. To view or edit your profile details, click the down arrow next to your name. Note that you can also use this menu to log out of the Launch site. On the profile page, you can review your own contact information, as well as the contact information for your direct upline contact. This is the person who recruited you, as well as the contact details for your upline SMD. These are the people you should contact if you have questions or concerns about WFG or the Launch process. If you need to make changes to your contact details, click the Edit Your Profile button. If you do edit the profile details, be sure to save your changes. If you'd like to add a profile photo, click the Edit Headshot button. Click the Upload Image button to upload your picture. Note that the photo will only be visible to you and any associates that you recruit. Click Save to add the image to your profile. To return to the dashboard, open the navigation menu and click the dashboard link. Let's review the Launch checklist and the corresponding areas of the site that you will access in order to complete each item. It's important to note that the checklist items will be automatically checked off as you complete each step in the process. When you first access Launch, the first 2 checklist items will be automatically checked. The pre-licensing started item will be checked once you have accessed and paid for licensing training with Oliver's, the pre-licensing provider. To access the provider site, click on the licensing link or click the View Process button on the licensing tile. The licensing process is comprised of 4 steps: completing the pre-licensing education, scheduling and taking your provincial license exams, submitting your contracting application, and submitting your agent agreement. For pre-licensing education, WFG has partnered with Oliver's. You can click on the View Provider button to be automatically transferred and logged into the Oliver's site. You will need to pay for then complete the training course. Once you have completed your HLLQP online certification exams with a minimum grade of 60%, you will be eligible to write your provincial exams at an exam site. Once you have successfully completed their online certification exams, Oliver's will send details on booking your provincial exams in your respective province. The pre-licensing completed checklist item will be checked once you have taken and passed the provincial exams. Once you've passed your provincial exams and received your exam marks, you can submit your contracting application. Before starting your application, be sure to have the following items available to upload as attachments: a police report issued within the last 12 months, a scan of a valid government-issued photo ID, and your 4 HLLQP module exam marks or proof of your residence license. When you have these items, click the Start Application Process button to proceed. Once you've submitted the application, the Contracting App Received checklist item will be checked. While your contracting application is being processed, you can monitor its progress via the Launch checklist. The Sent to Provincial Council item will be checked once the application is sent to the Provincial Council for review. After the Council approves the application, the License Approved by Council item will be checked. At this point, you can submit the agent agreement. Note that you must have received your license number in order to begin this process. To begin, click the Start Application Process button. As part of the process, note that you'll be required to enter your license number so it can be verified against WFG's database. In addition, you'll be required to pay a $30 fee, which helps pay for your first 2 months of error and omissions insurance, which is a requirement for all licensed agents. Your credit card will not be charged until the SMD approves the agreement. Once your license status is verified, Launch will guide you through paying the fee and signing the agreement. Once you've submitted the agent agreement, the next checklist item, Agency Agreement Submitted, will be checked. At this point, your upline SMD will need to approve you as an agent. Note that the approval may take up to 1 week to complete. Once your SMD has approved the last item in the checklist, Agent Agreement Approved, will be checked. At this point, you will be a licensed and approved independent agent and will be ready to start writing business and receiving commissions and overrides. You will also be sent directions on how to access mywfg.com and will no longer need to access the Launch site. Any contacts and campaigns that you've created will also be automatically migrated to Salesforce. Now that we've reviewed the licensing checklist, let's look at some of the other tools you have access to while working through the onboarding process. In addition to completing the training required for your license, you should also become familiar with WFG's business model and processes. The training page, which can be accessed by clicking on the training link in the navigation menu or from the training tile by clicking the Complete Courses button, gives you access to training videos on the WFG business model. The Associate Training page includes a number of different training resources that will help you learn about WFG and what distinguishes us from the rest of the industry. The training is organized into various categories that you can navigate by clicking on the topics. In addition to completing the training, you are also strongly encouraged to start building your own team. The WFG Campaign Manager gives you access to pre-approved email campaign templates and social media assets that will assist you in recruiting new prospects. To access the Campaign Manager, click on Contacts and Campaigns in the navigation menu, or click the Manage Contacts and Campaigns button. This will automatically log you into the WFG Campaign Manager. There are additional training videos located under the Training tab in the Campaign Manager that provide information on using this tool. Also, as mentioned previously, once you become licensed and begin using My.wfg and Salesforce, any contacts and campaigns that you've created here will be automatically migrated for you. When you successfully recruit a prospect, they will sign up for Launch using your agent code. Launch allows you to monitor which of your prospects has signed up for Launch, as well as where each recruit is in the licensing process. To view the licensing progress for your team, click on the Team link in the navigation menu, or click the View Team button in the Team Dashboard tile. This page shows you a list of your entire team or everyone that you have recruited to the business, including the date you recruited them. From here, you can monitor each recruit's progress through the licensing process. As you can see, my first recruit is currently selected, so her details, including her launch checklist, are displayed on the right side of the screen. This recruit has successfully registered for Launch but has not yet accessed the site. You can also view each recruit's contact details here, as well as the number of people they've recruited. To view progress for a different team member, click on the check mark next to that person's name in the list. As you can see, this recruit has completed pre-licensing. If you see a number next to the check mark for a team member, it means that this recruit has recruited additional team members. The number in the circle tells you how many people they've recruited. To view the additional recruits, click on the number. Here you can view the checklist progress for each of their recruits, as well as any additional recruits they may have recruited. The Your Team page allows you to view up to 5 levels of recruits. To return to a list of your top level recruits, click on your name in the crumb trail. If you wish to check in on a specific person, you can also search by name for a team member. Note that this search is your direct recruits only. You can also filter the team list to view only those that are in progress or have completed the licensing process. It's important to monitor the progress of your recruits and their downline associates. As these team members become licensed and begin to write business, it becomes even more important that you complete the licensing process yourself, as you must be licensed in order to have the possibility of receiving commissions and overrides. We've now reviewed the launch checklist and team building tools. If at any point you need an additional form, you can access the Form Center. You can access the Form Center either by clicking on the Forms link in the navigation menu or by clicking on the Access Forms button on the dashboard. Lastly, for additional information on the launch site or the licensing process, you can access knowledge articles here, or by clicking on the Help link in the navigation menu. This concludes the demo of the launch site. One more thing worth noting is that the launch site has been optimized for mobile, meaning you can access the site from your mobile device, so you have access to onboarding resources while on the go. To access the site on your mobile device, use a mobile browser and the same URL, www.wfglaunch.com. We hope that you now understand how to navigate the launch site and leverage the available resources for getting licensed, learning about WFG, and building your team. If you have additional questions about the site or the onboarding process, contact your upline agent directly.